event. All right, excited?
For Ireland, here's our project. Northern Ireland was handed off to the United Kingdom in 1949.
Ireland located in the eastern Atlantic Ocean. It is an island that is connected to the Northern Ireland area.
Fun fact, the cliff of Moher are a recognizable landmark in a lot of movies. Some of the movies are Harry Potter and Half-Blood Prince. The best place to begin your trip is the Dindal town. The town is home to about 1,500 people, resident, and one dolphin who resides in the harbor and is the town of the unofficial mascot.
Hi, I'm Carlos. You guys probably already know me. This is my group, Ira, Lolita, and Jacob, and today we did St. Patrick's Day. So let's start.
Number 1. St. Patrick is actually British.
The shamrock was considered a sacred plant.
St. Patrick was a bishop in Ireland.
The first St. Patrick's Day parade was held in Boston in 1737.
St. Patrick was once a slave. Castles of Ireland.
The Slane Castle was built by James Gandon, Francis Johnston, and James Willow. Also, this castle is 237 years old.
The Blarney Castle is 476 years of age. The reason why it's called Blarney is because Blarney means Nicholas with a dash of charm and wisdom, or the gift of gab. The Kilkenny Castle has been important since Richard the Clare's second Earl of Pembroke, commonly known as Strongbow, constructed the first castle, a wooden structure in the 12th century. Castles are important in Ireland because castles are landmarks to the time when Gaelic Christians and Northern Romans were Ireland.
Me and my group did foods and dishes from the Irish cuisine. We did some of the most infamous dishes from Ireland. Here are they. Box tie. Box tie is an authentic Irish dish originated in the 1770s. It was a staple food in Ireland. Households where potatoes very relied upon this food.
This is King Louis the 15th of Francis, February 15th, 1710, 10th of May, 1774, accidentally invented a version of today's fishy soup, aka potato soup, and the coronet king loved it, and then it became a popular dish. And soda bread was created by Native Americans in 1824. Soda bread got its name because the soda in the name comes from the baking soda.
Beef stew was made from a person named the Sympathist. Fish pie known as a fisherman pie because the topping is similar to that of shepherd's pie in that it was used mashed potatoes, also a traditional British dish said to have originated in Scotland.
We also did 3 famous restaurants. The Brazen Head, the Chameleon, and the Oliver Street John Gogarty.
So 6I and I studied England. They have each created a poster, and then yesterday we kind of collected all of our research. So I'm going to present the findings, and they have their posters behind us. So first, England is very well known for obviously the royalty. They make a lot of news headlines now. So we know the royalty, we know Queen Elizabeth. Harry Potter, of course, and for everyone who is in my ELA classes, William Shakespeare. So today we're going to just talk a little bit about England. We have some information about the geography, some of the common foods, languages, landmarks, and stuff like that. So England is an island country. It's surrounded by the Irish Sea, the Atlantic Ocean, and the English Channel. There are over 300 languages spoken in England, but unsurprisingly, the most common language is English. The royal family rules England along with a parliament. A parliament is very similar to kind of our Congress. Queen Elizabeth II is the oldest English monarch in history, and she is currently 96 years old. Some famous landmarks of England include the Big Ben Clock Tower, the London Eye, which is a huge Ferris wheel in London, and the Tower of London, which has held some very famous prisoners, one of them actually being the first Queen Elizabeth back in Shakespeare's time. She was held there by her sister, Queen Mary. Religion in England. So the official religion is the Church of England that was founded by the infamous King Henry VIII. So that is a branch of Christianity. However, there are also many other religions practiced in England as well. So people who celebrate the Jewish faith, Islam, and Hindu as well. Some interesting customs that the 6i students found was actually something called a cheese rolling competition. So there's actually a competition where they have this like 9-pound wheel of cheese that they roll down a hill, and all of the competitors basically try to race to the finish line and beat the cheese. And if you win, then you get to keep the giant wheel of cheese. So that was kind of an interesting fact about England that I did not know. Some popular food dishes include fish and chips, Yorkshire pudding, trifle cake, and of course afternoon tea. So that's when everyone kind of sits down to rest in the afternoon. You have tea, sandwiches, scones, and cake. Everyone who has studied The Outsiders should know some very famous musicians coming from England, including the Beatles, who basically changed the rock and roll music industry as we know it. Some other famous bands that came from England include the Rolling Stones, Pink Floyd, and Queen. Great, and so this was our research on England.
We are representing Puerto Rico today, so I'm going to begin with Rihanna.
Initially, Columbus christened the island as San Juan Bautista, St. John the Baptist. Still, the name was soon changed to Puerto Rico, or Rich Port. When the Spaniards realized the impressive amount of gold found in its rivers.
After centuries of Spanish rule, Puerto Rico became a territory of the United States in 1898 and has been largely self-governed since the mid-20th century. It has a population of some 3.4 million people and a vibrant culture shaped by a mix of Spanish, United States, and Afro-Caribbean influences.
Here are 5 interesting facts about Puerto Rico. It has uninhabited islands. Legendary pirate Cosby is part of local folklore. The island's national animal is a small coqui frog. The longest-serving governor was in place for 16 years. It has its own observatories, and it has lots of beaches.
What we're going to do now is there's a little something that is pretty much very well known for Puerto Ricans, and they love to dance. So I just wanted to read a little short history on salsa in Puerto Rico. Salsa in Puerto Rico took over by the decade of the 1960s. Ironically, it started in New York. with Puerto Rican performers who started to emerge in the scene. A bridge between performers in the island and New York was starting to make something commercial, and that became popular among the people. It's sung by a Puerto Rican who was raised in New York, and we're gonna have someone do a little salsa for us. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Puerto Rico! Puerto Rico!
Italy has won the World Cup 4 times, more than any nation except 5-time winner Brazil. The Italian Cup is Italy's top national tournament, getting soccer clubs from across the country.
The International Federal Association of Football, the governing body of world soccer, held the first World Cup tournament in 1930.
9 leagues in Italy, with some competitions being held nationwide and others restricted to specific leagues.
We have food and school systems. So Italian foods have a variety of different ingredients, including fruits, vegetables, grains, cheeses, fish, and meat. The recipes are rich in olive oils instead of fats. Most Italian foods are always made from scratch, so they have no artificial ingredients or no processed foods involved.
The larva was the official unit of currency in Italy until January 1st, 1999.
New ideas and artistic developments of the time originated in Italy. Italian figures such as Florentine artist Michelangelo created masterpieces that others studied.
In ancient times, Romans got ideas from the Greek and created their own architectural style. The 11th and 12th century draw renewed interest in the building types like in ancient Rome. The Romanesque style that originates from Italy with rounded arches and carved portals became the dominant fashion for important buildings in Europe and then later the United States.
Ralph Macchio, he is in The Outsiders, Cobra Kai, and Karate Kid. Giorgio Armani, he was an Italian fashion designer who designed the brand Giorgio Armani.
In the 12th century, Italian city-states began to rise again and grow rich and free. The Italy remained a patchwork of territories.
In 1914, Italy took the side of the United Kingdom and the U.S. in World War I, but was left in poverty and war. In
Syria. Okay, what my kindergarten class has learned that we're going to share with you. So we're going to begin with the flag of Syria. The colors are red, white, black, and there are two green stars on the flag. Okay, so we can show them. Here, as I said, some facts we have learned that we found fun and interesting. So we're going to talk about the capital of Syria, it's Damascus. Syria has a population of 24 million people. Its spoken language is Arabic. Christianity is only 10% of the population. Next, we're going to talk about the Chapel of St. Paul. The Chapel of St. Paul is a modern stone chapel in Damascus, which is an ancient city gate through which St. Paul was lowered in a window after the well. Since the Muslim was the main religion, the most famous mosque is the Grand Mosque of Damascus, known as the Umayyad Mosque. The walls of the mosque were once covered with more than an acre of mosaics, but only fragments survived. The mosque was destroyed by Timur in 1401 and rebuilt by the Arabs and damaged in fire in 1893. Let's talk about some food now. Pita bread is used in a variety of meals. You can dip pita bread in hummus, which is a popular dish made of chickpeas and chickpeas.
And it is a famous French song, and in America, we know it as Are You Sleeping? Right?
torches in their hands. And the fire is to represent hope and for everyone to be together and to play well together. Okay, and we have learned a word in Greece that is also the word for hello and goodbye. It's a popular greeting, and that is, everyone? Yes! And there's so many facts about Greece that our first graders would love to share with you.
Greece has the longest coastline in Europe. Greece has many mountains, forests, and lakes. Greece is famous for the many beautiful
nations were always at war with each other. The Olympics helped everyone to stop fighting and to compete with sports instead.
Greece is an important place filled with history and beauty, and we hope you come visit it soon. Everybody? Yes, sir!
We are learning about Australia and all the animals that live there.
Kangaroo, what do you see? There's a jump around the sky. Kangaroo, what do you see? Please tell me if you can. I see 5 koalas in a tree, 4 5 meters running free. Kangaroo, what do you see? There's a jump around the sky. Kangaroo, what do you see? Please tell me if you can. I see 5 koalas in a tree, 4 5 meters running free. 3 kookaburras start to laugh, 2 platypuses having a bath. Kangaroo, what do you see? There's a jump around this flag. Kangaroo, what do you see? Please tell me if you can. I see 5 koalas in a tree, 4 5 meters running free. 3 kookaburras start to laugh, 2 platypuses having a bath. 1 little one that's cranking round, that's why I see you jump around. Thank you, kangaroo. Thank you, my good friend. Thank you, kangaroo. Now my song is at an end.
Bravo! Very good! Very good! They stayed in Norway. Our class has learned that the flag has what colors? Red, white, and blue. We also learned that it's very cold in Norway, so there's lots of Arctic animals like polar bears. And the sky lights up at night in beautiful colors like purple, blue, green. We actually did some artwork that's in our hallway, so you're welcome to come by and check it out. We also learned a fairy tale about a boy named Pierre who's in the woods trying to escape trolls. So through a movement, we will play this music and tell our story about Pierre escaping the trolls.
Look how it goes. Nico, ready? And
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3.
welcome to Mexico. Mexico is one of the cradles of civilization. That means it's one of the places where civilization began thousands of years ago. Here are some things you might not have known about this important country of 129 million people. Tomatoes came from Mexico. They were only introduced to Europe in 1519 by a Spanish explorer named Cortez, and later they were brought to America. Tacos are very old. We think they originated in Mexico about 3,000 years ago. They were brought to America by Mexican immigrants. Thank you. The flag of Mexico has 3 stripes. The green stripe stands for hope, the white for purity, and the red for courage. The picture of an eagle in the middle is based on an Aztec legend. A famous Mexican artist is Frida Kahlo. After a bad car accident, Frida had to stay in bed for several months. She started painting self-portraits. She became one of the most famous artists from Mexico. One of her most famous paintings is Self-Portrait with Monkey. Mexico is home to the world's largest pyramid, the Great Pyramid of Cholula, which is 2,000 years old. It's also home to the smallest volcano in the world. Mexico is home to Chichen Itza, a UNESCO World Heritage Site that was elected one of the new 7 wonders of the world. It was the center of pilgrimage for ancient Mayans and was built in 600 AD. Mexico is home to many animals, including the spider monkey, the Amazon parrot, and the Mexican prairie dog. It's also home to 50,000 plant species. The Day of the Dead is Mexico's most important festival. The festival originated in ancient Mesoamerica to celebrate those who have passed away. There is plenty of festive music, decorations, and food offerings. Kindergarten will now perform a traditional Mexican folk dance.
Argentina is? Buenos Aires. The population of
these are our favorite facts about Argentina.
Argentina is located in South America. The remains of the largest known dinosaur were discovered in
The fourth grade had the Netherlands. It's also known as Holland. And we decided to do something a little different than everybody else. We decided to come up with our own newscast. So we have our cameraman here in the front, our camerawoman here in the front. We've got the Netherlands flag up front. And you guys can kneel for me just so they can see behind you. Yeah, there you go. We've got our news anchors, Tochi and Ani. We've got all our reporters who are going to be reporting to you live from the Netherlands. All right, so we hope you enjoy.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Audie.
And I'm Tochi. This is Channel 9 Sauces. We're currently reporting to you live from the Netherlands, which is in Europe. Isn't this a beautiful country, Audie?
No, it's important. Let's go to Dublin for the weather.
Hi, Audie and Tochi. Today I'm in Amsterdam, the capital of the Netherlands, and the temperature is 66 degrees Fahrenheit with some scattered showers, so bring an umbrella. On Saturday we have beautiful weather with the temperature being 68 degrees Fahrenheit. On Sunday it will be 71 degrees Fahrenheit. It will be a good day to put your shorts on and go for a walk in the park. Next week, the temperatures will range in the 60s and 70s. Here's the 5-day forecast. Hey, Audie and Tochi, are you guys up for a joke?
Yes.
So here's my joke. Why was the frog so happy?
Why?
Because it eats whatever bugs it. Back to you, Tochi and Audie.
Let's go to Leo for today's celebrity gossip.
Thanks, Audie. Is that Queen Maxima? Gosh, that's Queen Maxima. She's the queen of the Dutch. She's 51 years old, even though she doesn't look like it, and is stunning if I do say so myself. She's married to King William Alexander. They have 3 daughters: Princess Amalia, Princess Alexia, and Princess Marianne. Princess Amalia is heir or next in line to the Dutch throne. Just like other Dutch children, this is a surprising fact, they go to regular school. They speak mostly Spanish, but they learned a little bit of Spanish from their mother who's originally from Argentina. Well, that's all the time I have. Back to you, Audie and Toshi.
Hey, Leo, Tochi's got a joke for you.
What is it?
What did the cloud wear under his raincoat?
What?
Thunderwave.
Ha! Alright. That was a good one. Back to you guys.
We'll go to Sophia for the sports news in Netherlands. 1994. That's it for today. Back to you, Tachimani. Thanks,
Let's go, Sean, for interesting facts.
Thanks. Hey, Adi, what's the holiest weapon?
What?
A crossbow. We're here with your top 10 facts and everything you basically need to know about the Netherlands. Fact number 1. More than a quarter of the Netherlands is under sea level. I'm surprised it hasn't flooded yet. Number 2. The Delta Works is also known as the 8th wonder of the world. Knowing that, I really want to go see it. Number 3. The Dutch consume more licorice in the world. I like licorice, but not that much. Number 4. Even adults eat sprinkles on toast. I mean, who would want to? Number 5. Their currency is euro and US dollar. Number 6. Dutch people are the tallest in the world. Maybe the tallest person in the world, Robert Wadlow, was Dutch. Number 7. Dutch airline KLM is the oldest in the world. Now that's an interesting fact. Number 8. The Dutch own more bicycles per person than any other country in the world. I don't need that many bicycles. Number 9. The Nestle baby formula is being flown to the Netherlands. We all know about the baby formula shortage now, but it's pretty interesting to know that they're being helped. And lastly, number 10. Amsterdam is built on more than 1 million miles, aka stilts. Massive stakes because the city was built on water. Anyways, that's all you need to know. Back to you, Tochi and Adi. Thanks, Sean.
Well, that's it for Channel 12 Nights Watch News.
Thank you for watching. Bye.
My dad is 50% Italian. So that makes me what? 25% Italian? 75% Peruvian, right? So we have the 8th graders representing the country of Peru. Oh yeah, 8th grade. Flag, Sebastian, come forward.
What color?
Right? You see? Rojo, red, blanco, white, and rojo. Now, there's a symbol inside. I know you cannot see it because it's a little bit small. So, we're gonna tell you what the symbols are. I have my girls and my boy. Alright, let me start with the vicuña. What is a vicuña? Vicuña. What's a vicuña? A type of llama. A type of llama. Hey, is that right? Loud, sorry.
On the Peruvian flag, the vicuña represents the Peruvian fauna, and it represents the diversity of the different types of animals in Peru.
So the vicuña, which is the llama, represents different type of animals. Peru has a lot of animals, lots of animals. Any animal you can think of. Lots and lots. Now, second, so we have the animals. Second, we have a tree. And for that, I have, where are you? Alisa. Loud, Alisa.
The chinchola tree represents flora, meaning different types of plants and vegetables.
Very good. So as Alisa said, the tree represents vegetables, the flora. You know what flora is? Yes, flowers, plants, all that. And last, we have gold, dinero, money. And with that, I have my friend John.
The yellow cornucopia means all the gold in Peru. It stands for mineral wealth and prosperity.
So we have animal, we have vegetables, and we have dinero. How does it gold in Espanol? Oro. We have oro. Ooh, very good. Alright, and last thing. Didn't you know that Peruvian people drink yellow soda?
Coca-Cola. 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 Coca-Cola.
What's the name?
Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola.
It's called Coca-Cola. If you didn't know, this is the soda that represents Peruvian people. Okay? So, that was our presentation. Of course, we're not sharing the soda. No. So, that was our presentation from Peru. Put your hands together for 8th grade. Woo! Very good. So,